Tonight, Russia continues its barbaric attacks on cities across Ukraine. Apartment buildings and civilians are once again targets. Also tonight, a new message from California's former Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger as he tries to reach people in Russia. More than 3.2 million refugees have fled Ukraine. Aid agencies are ramping up efforts to bring much-needed relief supplies. But innocent people are being killed trying to get basic necessities like food. A local governor says at least 53 people were killed in Chernihiv, including those buying bread. KCAL9 political reporter Tom Wade is here live with the latest developments. Tom?
Hi, Pat. Well, the headlines in this conflict remain gruesome. Russia is killing scores of civilians, innocent people every day. And many of us are asking, what do the Russian people know about this conflict? Well, our former governor is hoping to reach them. Destroyed Russian tanks and military vehicles not far from Kyiv. Evidence Ukrainian officials say that their forces are having some success against the Russian invasion. But the relentless Russian onslaught continues. This missile fired straight into a line of civilians, even as they were trying to escape. Shocking evidence not only of the deadly consequences facing fleeing residents, but the cruelty of those opening fire on them. The embattled city of Irpin had been under heavy shelling for days. The barbaric violence at the hands of the Russian military more unbearable by the hour.
Hello, everybody.
Tonight, a familiar, powerful voice calling for the violence to end.
I'm sending this message through various different channels to reach my dear Russian friends.
In this video, former Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger talks about his emotional connections to Russia, a chance meeting with Russia's strongest man in the world decades ago, and his kindness.
I will never forget that day.
And about being the first to shoot a movie in Red Square, reminding the Russians of their potential for good, but now calling on them to see the truth.
See, the world has turned against Russia because of its actions in Ukraine. Whole city blocks have been flattened by Russian artillery and bombs, including a children's hospital and a maternity hospital.
And while the Russian ground assault has stalled, even as horrific shelling continues, there are concerns Russian President Vladimir Putin continues to regroup his forces, even recruiting mercenaries. Putin's actions, like these meetings at bizarre distances with world leaders and his own advisors, show a man analysts say appears to be more isolated.
Putin sees enemies everywhere. And in that sense, he may be right. There are enemies everywhere. He probably is surrounded by people who would like to see him go.
With sanctions tightening and a seemingly prolonged war, the question becomes, will his grip on power be loosened?
What he does in the future, I don't think anybody knows. But one thing is clear. Politically, he's going to get weaker, not stronger.
I'm at LAX right now.
Meanwhile, people like LA Rabbi Noah Farkas are trying to help ease the humanitarian disaster caused by Putin's murderous invasion. Rabbi Farkas, president and CEO of the Jewish Federation of Greater Los Angeles, sent us this video he posted after traveling to the Ukraine border.
We saw women and children, the old, the frail, the sick, cross the border in hundreds, if not thousands.
Rabbi Farkas says his organization is among those working to get aid to the refugees. They're collecting donations to get food, clothing, the basics to help those forced from their homes. Live in the newsroom, I'm Tom Waite. Pat, back to you.
All right, thanks so much, Tom. A U.S.